What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back with some more boxing. So I want to make this video based on an interview done by Hustle Boss. Shout out to Chris Robinson. And before I get right into that, I want to set this straight. So I did a video recently about Triple G and Andre Ward. In that video, I told the audience about an interview that Triple G did where he basically said that he is open to the idea of facing Andre Ward in the future. But as far as his near future, he has no plans that include Andre Ward. He said now is not the time. So in that video, I just really put to bed the rumors that Andre Ward is afraid of Triple G because Triple G himself, from the horse's mouth, is saying he doesn't want to fight Andre Ward at the moment. Now, I don't know what it is. Maybe perception is reality. Some of you guys have selective hearing. Maybe you don't listen to the whole video. Who knows? But some of you guys leave some dumbass comments. And some people were like, oh, you're saying Triple G's ducking Andre Ward? First of all, when I make a video, I know what I say because I'm there when I say it. I never once said Triple G was ducking Andre Ward. The only thing I did say is what I said in the fucking video, which was that you could put to bed the rumors that Andre Ward is ducking Triple G when Triple G himself is saying he doesn't want to fight Andre Ward at the moment. Point blank, period. Some people, again, you guys have selective hearing. You take bits and pieces or take what you want from it and run with it based on what you think I'm thinking. But I tell you what I'm thinking because I say it. So if it didn't come out of my mouth, then it's not valid. So that's one thing. Some people try to use shit that I never even said against me. Two, some of you guys were leaving crazy comments. A lot of good comments, but some of you guys were leaving crazy comments saying that both fighters need to improve their resume, especially Andre Ward. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, when it comes to this boxing shit, I have a lot of favorites. I have a lot of people that I just genuinely like. Triple G is one of those fighters. He is up and coming. He's plowing through the competition that's put in front of him, and he's doing it in an impressive fashion. And it's a very entertaining style. I told you guys back in January, before his 3 or 4 fights this year, that Triple G is the person to watch for. I even said videos last year when I first started this boxing channel, letting you know that that's a dude you want to keep your eyes out for because it's must-see entertainment. I have no problem with Triple G. However, I am honest and brutally honest, and I will be voicing my opinion on my channel. And the fact of the matter is, how can you say Andre Ward has a suspect resume but then say Triple G has a good resume? Like, it almost is blasphemous that you would say that. Andre Ward, at the very least, whether you think he's the most boring fighter, whether you hate blacks, whether you hate people with the last name Ward, whatever the situation is, there's no way you can't say Andre Ward has a better resume. He's faced and beaten Carl Froch, Mikhail Kessler. He's really fought everyone. Darnell Boone, Chad Dawson, even though Chad Dawson had to come down in weight recently, he put a blemish on Edwin Rodriguez's undefeated record. He has a more solid professional resume. Fuck the amateurs. We're talking about pros. Triple G, I know his pedigree. I know all about him. He stopped Lucian Bute with headgear on, beat Dorrell. Got it. That's cool. Extensive amateur background. However, in the pro ranking, Andre Ward has still faced the better competition. And these are some of the comments that I'm getting, saying Andre Ward's resume needs to improve, but Triple G's doesn't. Like, come on. Triple G, for one reason or another, and genuinely, I think one of the reasons is a lot of middleweights don't want to face him. I don't know that Sergio Martinez or Quillen are eager to face him. Plus, you have a promotional Cold War going on. So the Quillen-Golovkin, who knows if that fight could even happen. So for a multitude of reasons, Triple G can't necessarily get the fights. Promotional Cold War, some people duck him, don't want to face him, or whatever the situation is. So I'm aware of that. But the fact remains, he still hasn't fought the top 5 middleweights. He's fought Macklin, which is a solid opponent, but I never really considered Macklin a world beater. He gave fits to Sergio Martinez, but he didn't beat him, and he was stopped by him. He beat Joachim Alcine, who is a nobody to me. You know what I mean? Showed promise at one point. Macklin's tough. He's solid. He can beat prospects. He showed you that in his last comeback fight since the Gennady Golovkin fight. But to me, I never looked at him as a world beater or the top middleweight. You know what I mean? And that's all I said. And I still feel that way. Gabe Rosado, it was his first fight at 160. He wasn't acclimated. And he gave Triple G a tough fight. Like, he was hanging in there, landing some shots. Triple G said he was sick with the flu. Okay. A no punching Nobuhiro Ishida from 154. So those are two guys from 154 pounds that moved up. Curtis Stevens, another credible opponent, but these aren't the top guys at middleweight. These aren't the top established people. So there's no way you can say Ward's resume is suspect, but Triple G has a great professional resume. And this has nothing to do with who would win in the actual fight. I'm just basing it off of what's already been present. Do I think Gennady Golovkin can beat all the middleweights? Absolutely. Yeah, I think he probably can beat him. The one I really want to see is Sergio Martinez. Everybody else, I think he definitely is going to beat them. That's just my opinion. But it hasn't happened yet. And some of you guys get so trigger happy to the point where you start speaking and it hasn't even been proven. Like, there's a lot of people that were supposed to beat everyone, and for one reason or another, they didn't. Anyway, moving on. Looks like Triple G did another interview, and he basically said that Ruslan stands no chance against Pacquiao. This is what he said. I know Ruslan and I respect him, but I think he is nothing for Manny. He is nothing. He don't have a chance with Manny. No chance. This is boxing, you know. I think he would be no problem for Manny. So, this is an interesting statement. One, Triple G is from Kazakhstan and Ruslan is from Russia. So, maybe in certain situations people become biased based on being countrymen and being from familiar territory. Like, I've seen a lot of praise on Marcos Maidana's victory over Adrian Broner from his countrymen, Sergio Martinez, and as well as Lucas Matisse. So a lot of times people are prideful, and that pride gets in the way, and they'll have like a biased outlook. They won't be impartial. So it's interesting to hear Triple G say that and be impartial and really give his honest opinion. So that's good. I don't know if I 100% agree with Triple G. Like, the way I interpret it, it sounds like he's acting like this is no problem. It's a walk in the park for Manny. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think Manny Pacquiao on paper definitely blows Ruslan Provodnikov out of the water. He's slower. He's more flat-footed. Ruslan shows in really every fight that he can be hit. Every fight, Timothy Bradley, Mike Alvarado, his face looks battered at the end. However, this is also a battle of attrition. At the very end of the day, Ruslan is tough and he can crack. He has punching power and he doesn't give up. He's a warrior. So that could be problematic for Manny if something was landed. Now, I expect Ruslan to take punishment because Pacquiao is much faster than him, hits you from angles, and knows how to set traps and kind of stay out of the way of certain punches. So it'd be interesting. Stylistically, yes, Pacquiao will annihilate him, but I still think it's an interesting fight given the fact that they're former sparring partners. Sometimes if you're a sparring partner with someone, you find little nuances that others may not know from getting active work with that person on a daily basis. So the fact that they were previously sparring partners and have the same coach and have been in the same gym, that is one thing. You might find little quirks and little things that Pacquiao does. Same thing could be said for Pacquiao. Pacquiao might know little loopholes or flaws in Ruslan's game. So I still think it's a good fight. I don't think it's necessarily a walk in the park, especially since Pacquiao's only one fight removed from his brutal knockout at the hands of Marquez. If I were betting, I would go with Pacquiao. Obviously, he's the sure bet. But Ruslan could put off a tough fight. He cuts off the ring well. He goes to the body, and he's relentless. He doesn't really give up. And at the very least, you could say that Ruslan Provodnikov has at least tested the water against a credible opponent at 147. You have Brandon Rios, Pacquiao's last opponent, who basically fought in the same way or fights in a similar fashion to Ruslan in terms of they have a chin, they're relentless, and They bring flat-footed pressure. However, Ruslan Provodnikov has fought at 147 against Timothy Bradley, at least one fight. So he's went through a training camp to prepare his body for 147 and actually held a fight at 147. Granted, Timothy Bradley isn't the strongest puncher at 47. He's still a world-class opponent at 147. And Ruslan obviously gave Timothy Bradley hell, whereas Brandon Rios was a lightweight, moved up, and was getting forced out of weight classes because he couldn't make the weight and had never fought professionally at 147, and Pacquiao chopped him up. So I don't necessarily agree with Triple G that it's a walk in the park, but it should be a good fight. And if they do make the fight, I'd be anxious to see it. So let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with Triple G? Do you think Ruslan has a chance to beat Pacquiao? Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.